Hey y'all. Hey y'all. So y'all, I want to start this off by saying my grandbaby is here. Can y'all hear me? Y'all can hear me? Let me know y'all can hear me. My grandbaby is here. He is beautiful. He is so beautiful. My baby went into labor around 2:30 Friday. Me and her mom and her grandmother and her aunt, we were all at the hospital. We were all there doing delivery. um I thought I was gonna be rough and tough with my little Afro puffs, baby, but I cried as soon as they told my girl she was about to put her feet in the stirrups to push. Baby, I started crying because I was nervous, for one, because I did not want anything to go wrong. I was just so nervous. 10 pushes, she got them out in 10 pushes. She did so my grandbaby is here and he is beautiful. She gave birth to her little brother and EJ all over again, okay? Because that baby looked just like EJ Junior and her, okay? Because Junior looks just like her, okay? So um that baby's gorgeous, and I'm so happy. He got a head full of hair, y'all. He's so beautiful. My grandbaby's so beautiful, and I have been so consumed with the hospital. So I'm going to do more questions. I just don't have the time to do it today like I would want to. um I don't have the time to do it today because I have to get caught up with the people that I didn't get to finish from one questions on Thursday, because again, my baby was having labor pains that whole Thursday night, so I was kind of on standby. I was working. I got a lot of work done, but I need to catch up. So like I said, baby's here. He's great. Let's get into Tory Lanez oral arguments. Okay, we're gonna get started on those. I'm not sure if I took pictures of Tia's observations, but I'm gonna tell y'all what I observed. For one, when the Supreme Judge heard about the his DNA being 100% excluded, she was very shocked. And when I say shocked, she let out a visible, oh my God, am I going in and out? Hold on. Okay, tell me if y'all can hear me better now. Tell me if y'all can hear me better now. I'm about to start driving. I messed up my darn screen. Okay. Yeah, go out and come back in for me. Okay. Can y'all hear me? Okay. Because I was sitting in the Dollar Tree parking lot. That's the only place that I could get a sense of quietness to listen to the case without being distracted. Because even though the kids are back at school, Chassie only is doing half a day. You know, they do early dismissal with senior day. You know, with seniors when they're leaving or whatever. So, I was sitting in the car so I could have time to myself without her coming in there telling me a million things to listen to the oral arguments. So the judge was visibly shocked. about this DNA evidence. Okay, his lawyers did make note that they are filing things with the Supreme Court. So even if whatever, they are still on the way. I'm still cutting in and out. I must just ain't supposed to do this. Y'all leave out and come back in. Cause I got all my bars. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I got all my bars. Leave out and come back in. But okay, I'm gonna keep talking for the people that can hear me, and the ones that can't, we ain't gonna worry about it. So anyway, they'll be able to on a replay. So she was visibly shocked, right? She was visibly shocked. She was very surprised that they said that about the DNA. So then we go on to the lawyer brings up the opening arguments. That how basically prosecution says they will hear testimony from Justin Edison. If y'all are not familiar with who Justin Edison is, that is Meg's security, Justin, okay? The one that completely erased her entire existence from his page. He disappeared for almost a clean year so that he did not have to testify. And I always say that Justin did not testify because he did not want to be responsible or have his hands in the pot of sending a black man to jail. I always say that because what other reason would it be for Justin not to testify for his friend and the person who he worked for that he loved so dearly? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you brought harm to my friend that I love so dearly, why would you testify on my behalf, right? So they subpoenaed Justin. They subpoenaed him, were searching for him, trying to get him to testify. He completely evaded prosecution subpoena, and he did not testify. And the defense basically stated that they had knowledge that Justin did not plan on testifying. So they knew that Justin did not want to cooperate, that he did not want to testify, okay? They did not go over whether or not those text messages were authenticated. And so that's something that probably needs to do next. I really want to email his team because they need to authenticate the text messages. Were those real messages? Because we seen them add in their own slideshow in the last month or so that they put a false text message in there. So we need to make sure that these messages are being authenticated. So we get past the part where she brings up Justin, and then we go into the Instagram post, where Tory says that's not true when somebody says something about Kelsey. Okay, so the defense has an affidavit, a sworn affidavit from Tory's social media manager, who written on a sworn testimony that he was the one that made that comment. He did not talk to Tory about it. There was no comment that they made. And y'all know the first thing that I thought that came to my mind when they said that was, who sent him? Because what would make him comment on an active case from Tory's verified page? But he did sign a sworn statement saying that it was him, that Tory did not make that statement, that Tory actually was recording at the time, so he was not even in the social media streets. And so she said that the reason why they did not get the sworn testimony at trial was because prosecutors did not presented to defense until the morning that they were going to admit it into court. And so basically they're saying that George, who was Tory's trial lawyer, did not have time to prepare when they submitted it. And George said on record in court, every morning I'm waking up from an email from the district attorney with new evidence that they've miraculously forgot, or that I'm not able to prepare for, because they're doing same day things. So she did bring that up in her argument. They also argued DNA. He was 100% excluded from the gun and the magazine. There were full fingerprints on the gun. One was a 90% male contributor. And no DNA fingerprints were ran other than Tory's, okay? And he was excluded. So when people tell you that it was inconclusive, that is actually false. He actually was 100% excluded. He does not have any DNA on the magazine nor the gun, okay? So even people's theory of saying, well, maybe he wiped the gun off, that would be impossible, because he would have wiped everybody else's stuff off, which he did not. So you know, that was false, okay? So this narrative that they're putting out was false. I got to actually sit here and listen. I wish they would have allowed us to watch the court case, because we would have had a lot more understanding than we did initially, right? So okay, they say boom, what was the next one? The Brady violation was the Instagram post. They're saying that the Instagram post was the Brady violation, basically saying that they gave evidence too late and there was no time to prepare for it. They also spoke about, oh my God, what else did she talk about? Yes, definitely the DNA. She spoke about how this case was basically like hearsay. They went off the testimonies. She said that Kelsey gave conflicting testimonies, and she said that they were not supposed to pull Kelsey's interview, because when Kelsey initially got on the stand, she started off her statement saying that she lied about everything and that she was not truthful. And I'm gonna tell y'all how I feel about that. Kelsey getting on the stand and saying that she lied about everything that she previously said, I feel like it's because she didn't want her hands in the pot of sending him to jail, knowing that that did not happen, okay? Kelsey did not even confirm that she texted Justin. They need to authenticate this message. That I'm really, really big on that. So then they say that they have the prosecutor said they have a message that Tory sent Meg, basically telling her like he apologized and that she may never talk to him again, but he did not confess. But they're saying that they feel like he confessed when he called and apologized for the quote-unquote shit that happened. But basically what I got from this is there was a lot of underhanded things. The prosecutors did admit that Tory did have ineffective counsel, that he was not properly prepped for this case. They did admit that some things were turned over late, but they say it was not intentional. This attorney general, I can tell he's just really reading off of a paper, because he said that Tory's trial lawyer didn't object to something that he actually did. And so Tory's appeal lawyer came back and said, well, no, we did object to this. We filed a motion for this, and this is on file. So it seems like it's a lot of BS. It's a lot of BS that went on. They won this case off of technicality, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all, just listening to everything, if they were to win this appeal, not Tory so much, but the prosecutors, which I rebuke in the name of Jesus, it would be off of technicality. It would not be because what they have is so overwhelmingly that he's guilty. They have not did anything for Justin for not showing up to court. They haven't did anything to him, but he was subpoenaed to be at court. Hey D. He was subpoenaed to be at court, and he just fled the country. They had a body attachment on Justin. So we didn't even know that. We didn't even know that Justin had formerly been subpoenaed to court. All we knew is that he was supposed to be a witness for Meg Thee Stallion, and he fled the country. He was subpoenaed. He had a body attachment. So there are some more points that she made that I'm gonna have to write down and go over with y'all later on tonight. I got an emergency reading right now, but I just wanted to tell y'all while it was fresh on my brain that I feel like Tory's lawyer did excellent. I feel like she really got her point across. I'm so happy that she brought up a lot of things that she brought up. And I feel really good about the appeal. A body attachment is a subpoena, basically. And when they subpoena you, they can put out a warrant for a failure to locate in order to reprimand you to custody until you make your, do your testimony, and then they'll let you go. So I don't understand why that was not done, but whatever. But yeah. So basically, he was found guilty because there was a lot of information missing. His counsel was not able to prep. Sean Holly actually pulled out a month before trial. Also, this just came back to me. Tory's lawyer said that they are waiting for the initial 911 call from Sean Kelly. They do not have that. Also, they brought that the serial number of the firearm had not been ran. So they don't even know who the gun belongs to. And they don't understand why. So they filed a motion with Supreme Court to have the serial number, the firearm of the serial number ran. Because that was not done. The prosecutor, the attorney general, did not speak about the DNA evidence. He did not speak about the gun not being ran. He did not speak about the call that has not been unsealed. Sean Kelly's call that was not unsealed. He did not address any of those issues. His 3 points is that Tory made, his points were that Tory made a confession. Those were the only 3 things that he highlighted. Is that Tory called Kelsey, said to apologize to Meg for him. He apologized for all the shit that happened. And again, not saying that he did anything, but I apologize for the shit that happened. And he said, well, if he was apologizing for starting drama, why would he not apologize to Miss Harris as well? So that's his logic as to why he feels like Tory shot Meg, is because he did not apologize to Kelsey. But I'm gonna go back and listen to the 911 call, because I mean, not 911, but that jail call, because I could have sworn he told her, man, I'm so sorry, I apologize, I was drunk as fuck, I don't know what we were arguing about. I could have swore he said that. Maybe I'm tripping, y'all correct me if I'm wrong, but I could have swore that he apologized to her when he first started the call, and then he went on to say, like, where they at, you know, like, apologize to Meg, and he normally would never do no shit like that. Like, that's what I thought I heard. But he's saying that the attorney general was saying that Tory did not apologize to Kelsey, so that's why they believe that he was apologizing for the shooting. Then the second time that he is insinuating that Tory confessed was the Instagram. I thought he apologized to Kelsey too. The second part of the part where he said that he confessed was he texted Megan and said, I really apologize for all of this shit. I know you may never talk to me again, but I just want you to know that I apologize. That was the text that he sent Megan 2 days after he was released from custody when he was initially arrested. Again, not fully saying that he shot anybody, but just saying he apologized for the shit that popped off. Okay, and y'all know we black. That's how we talk. We don't mean we, anything specific. We just be talking. You feel me? And so then, I'm saving this live. And so then the third supposed admission of guilt is the Instagram post. However, Tory's attorney had just said that they have a sworn affidavit from his social media manager stating that he did not make that statement on Instagram. And they have submitted it in the retrial request because they did not have time to properly prep. They brought up Brady violations. They brought up inadequate effective counsel. That's what it was. I was trying to think about it. So they were saying that his team of lawyers were not effective because they did not have the proper time to prep. So, and actually the Attorney General admitted that they were not effective counsel for Tory Lanez. The Attorney General admitted that. So I don't know if he meant to do that, but he definitely threw them a lifeline when he admitted that the counsel was not effective. So it was a really good oral argument. The judge did ask the prosecutor something, but again, I'm gonna have to go back and listen and make notes. Okay, I'm gonna make notes, and then I'm gonna come back and really lay it out for y'all, because I do have to call this girl for her emergency reading. But I am gonna make notes, and then I'll come back tonight and we'll talk about it once I put the boys to sleep. But yeah, it was a really good oral argument. We'll see where things go from there. I was definitely in there. Tory's team had more things to submit in oral arguments than the defense. Again, the only thing that they had was these 3 supposed admissions of guilt. They did not have anything else besides that. That is all they had. He did not even go on to speak about Kelsey like that and her testimony. And when Tory lawyer said the judge allowed the recording of what Kelsey said in the court because it's easier this way, that Supreme Court judge said, let me tell y'all something. That lady was letting her emotions show on her face every time. When she heard about the DNA evidence, when she heard that judge said that, oh, well, we're just going to do it because it's easier that way. Because the Attorney General said, I don't have an objection on record. And Tory lawyer came back and said, no, we objected this. We did object this. And she said that Tory's trial lawyer really gave up in the end. He felt defeated because he wasn't getting the proper things that he needed for the case in a timely manner. And he felt very defeated. He felt like he was not getting what he needed, right? So this was a very good oral argument. I will come back with notes later on. Like I said, I'm gonna have to like re-listen or whatever, and then I'll come back. But from what I heard, they don't have much to keep Tory, and if they were to give Tory a new trial, which his team is asking that this verdict be overturned anyway, and whether that's overturned with a new trial or just overturned and he's freed, it's up for question. I don't know if they're gonna try to do something again with his bail, because where Sean Holly kept losing the bail hearings, now it looks like he is a problem when he's on bail, which makes it hard for him to get bail. So I don't know how they're gonna get around that, but yeah, that's pretty much it. So I love y'all. I gotta go. I gotta call this girl, and I'll call y'all back. All right, love y'all.